Hi, my name's Anusha, and I'm 21 years old, and I'm currently located in Montreal in the province of Quebec in Canada. When it comes to gender inequality, I think we've come a long way where you're seeing more women be exposed to opportunities that were not made available to them before. With that being said, I still think that we have a long way to go. So let's just focus on careers, for example. You're definitely seeing more women getting post-secondary education, entering the workforce, and breaking the glass ceiling. But what I've noticed is that there are still barriers to entry when it comes to certain fields. So, from my experience and what I know of women in Pakistan, they typically tend to go for more domesticated and what are considered more feminine careers, such as fashion designers, salon owners, interior designers, teachers, and the list goes on. But you see a lack of female representation in fields that are typically seen as more masculine fields, such as finance. So, I'll give you an example. I actually considered moving to Pakistan to work for my dad in the Karachi Stock Exchange, but he himself told me that there's probably like one female present there for every 10 men that are there, which is a terrible ratio. And even when women go to those offices, they tend to be stared at, belittled, and made to feel just uncomfortable and like they don't belong there. And so then you think of other Western countries and you see how far behind Pakistan really is. So, for example, my company that I work for has almost a 50-50 split between men and women for any given department. And pretty much every other company has, initiatives to hire more women and reach that equal split. So yeah, I think Pakistan has definitely made some strides in the right direction, but there's definitely still a long way to go in terms of gender inequality. Yeah, I can pretty confidently assume that my life would have turned out very different if I had stayed in Pakistan. So, everything from, my schooling to my career to just my overall mindset about my future has, I think, drastically changed after moving. So, when I initially moved, I'm not gonna lie, I was a terrible student and I didn't really care about my grades and, like, didn't really have any major goals or aspirations that I wanted to work towards. But then I observed kids here who were all working towards, getting into good schools, working part-time jobs, internships, and eventually landing good full-time career opportunities. And that goes for both my female and male classmates. And that kind of motivated me to, be doing the same thing. And so when I look back to how I was like in Pakistan, I never would have imagined future me to be so independent. So, like the fact that I got a great job after graduation and moved out of my parents' house into a place of my own. And, I'm now living far away from my family, paying for all my bills, and just figuring everything out on my own. I never thought I was capable of doing something like that until I moved here and actually did it. And I know for a fact that if I were in Pakistan, I never would have gotten to be as independent as I am now and, safely be able to move out on my own at such a young age. And I know this because my sisters, who spent most of their adult years in Pakistan, did not get to experience the same amount of independence as I did. And, moving out of their parents' house before marriage in Pakistan just wasn't even an option for them. So, yeah, I definitely say my future was impacted in a positive way when I moved to Canada because I let go of any, like, limitations that were placed on me, and it was just made easier because I had more freedom. I felt safer here, and overall, I've just been exposed to more opportunities. So I would definitely say my life was impacted positively after moving.